Morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Thursday, November 13th, 2025. Let's rock. All right, in the spot market, gold up $33 to 4,227, and silver up 10 cents to 53.30, having been up higher a little while ago. 53.30 London spot versus 53.60 COMEX futures. So normalization in the spot versus futures market, but prices still very, very high. Oh, look at that. It just reversed on me. 53.14 versus 53.30. So now we have backwardation. My thought is that it's all about the physical, and I think they're just going to have to let these prices rise. But I don't expect that today. I'm still expecting a pullback. I was wrong yesterday. Let's keep going. Gold-silver ratio 79.25. Perhaps it's significant that it's below 80 and indicates the blow-off top is coming, but we've been, I believe, at 79 before. Here we are. Oh, we've been at 78, so we would really have to get below 78 to predict $60 silver. Will we do that? Well, I don't know. Today is kind of a battleground, I think. Let's go to the 10-year yield not cooperating, up 3 ticks to 4.11. Government reopening tomorrow. The dollar is going opposite. The 10-year yield down 0.15 to 99.31, having to do with foreign currency comparisons. I won't get into it. Copper market is up 5 cents this morning. Interesting video from Jeff Curry. If you guys know who he is, he used to work for the administration, and he's predicting a 50% increase, well, 40 to 50% increase in the price of copper, and substantial increases in all commodities. It is a race for tangible assets. The base metal fund is showing that as well. This is the fund that I've owned since it was about 19. And that is zinc, copper, etc. 2180 up 6 cents pre-market. And look at that chart on base metals. That is dollar destruction is what's happening there, and reshoring of our mining capacity. The natural gas is down 3 cents this morning, but if you believe we need a lot more power to power AI facilities, which are going to look something like, something like out of Keanu Reeves' movie. Yeah, they're going to have computing power up the wazoo, and they're going to need copper. They're going to need all base metals to build out hundreds of billions of dollars of facilities. I think they just said they're going to locate the next center in, was it Texas? I think it was in Texas. You watch your electricity prices go through the roof, you Texans. You better fight that, and fight that hard, or you'll have California electric rates. Platinum is down $7 to 1,610, but I think my $1,800 price target is a pretty good target here. I generally think that platinum ought to trade for half the price of gold, and that is just a jealousy trade. It has nothing to do with the auto market or anything. It's just enough people remember platinum, and I think it goes higher from here. Not financial advice, just my studied opinion. Gold miners up nearly 1% to 80.01 on the GDX, and we're shooting for 84.7 is the previous high. So, will we get there? I think we got to rest here, guys. I'm wishing that we stay in this range for a while, and we don't try to move to higher levels. I'm wishing that for all of you, especially those that have not put aside 1,000 ounces of silver and a couple ounces of gold. Once we move through 54. It's going to be Katie bar the door, and I just don't think that happens on the first try to bust that all-time high in silver, and gold as well. Gold is on a tear, and as you know, governments benefit from higher gold prices. This ain't like the old days when we were embarrassed by the price of gold, and the higher gold was, the more the administration thought that was a bad reflection on the U.S. dollar. Now they are letting it run. Why? Because the higher gold runs, the more reserves that central banks have. Do you know that the majority of the increase in central bank gold reserves is not due to purchases? It's due to price appreciation. Not that they haven't been purchasing at a record rate, but the vast majority of the increase in central bank reserves, pushing 20% of total assets, is a result of allowing the price to move higher. And why wouldn't they continue to let it move higher? It actually takes the onus off the fiat and makes the system look stronger. But in reality, it's just a recalibration of the gold price so that governments can continue to print like mad, okay? So I think gold prices could go much higher from here, but maybe not today. Okay, the silver miners are up 1.5% to 71.53. And SIL is shooting for about $80. Got a long way to go before we hit that, but we're right back at all-time highs here, so I don't know why it couldn't make a move back to 80, but again, I just don't expect that today. In the economic calendar, I don't think we're going to get any data. Initial jobless claims, CPI, etc. Maybe we have to look to next week for data, and that will create extreme volatility when that comes out. In the pre-markets, we're at 35 on the Fear Greed Index. Dow Futures down 137, S&P down 23, NASDAQ down 107, and Bitcoin is, I always miss it, there we go, Bitcoin 102,476 this morning. All right, before we get on to the best deals I can find anywhere on the internet, welcome new members, subscribers, and people just passing by. Now's a great time for a thumbs up. I do appreciate it when you do that. And we'll get on to the deals right after we take a look at the question of the day. And this is really, really interesting. Did you think the junk market was dead? Did you think 90%? Well, only fools bought 90%? Check this out at SD Bullion's Sell to Us page. There's a couple of things here I'll point out, and I'm not always wrong or stupid, but sometimes I am. But look at this, 2025 Silver Eagles, they're buying back at 54.65. You could have bought those a few days ago in the 52s on eBay. You could have made $2 basically overnight on your 2025 Silver Eagles. And if you go to buy them from SD Bullion, I'm sure they'll be pushing $60 now. Anyway, but what I really wanted to show you is they're paying $50 for generic silver. So that is $350 back a spot. But look what they're paying for junk, guys. They're paying $35.32 for junk. And do the math on that. 35.32 divided by 0.715 to get the melt. They're paying $49.39 for junk. So they're basically paying nearly the same for junk as they are for generic silver. And you got to keep an eye on your buy-sell spread, right? If you were with me buying junk at $4 under spot, and now you can sell it at $4 under spot, your buy-sell premium on junk was basically zero. So just keep that in mind. Junk, when Silver Eagles blow out and U.S. Mint doesn't make any more or doesn't make nearly enough, maybe a third of the demand that the country will want, the prices are going to go up, both at the U.S. Mint, to the primary dealers, and then to us when people can't get all the Eagles they want, and that'll spill down to junk. Junk is the tail of the dog, but it looks like it's starting to wag. All right, and at the end of this video, I'll have a link to the new Germania release, which I did that video yesterday, and it is the second year of the Ragnarok series, and also the Runes latest release. Let's get on to the deals. Okay, and I'll go a little faster because you got to hold your nose to buy today. It is just, everything is rocking. Let's do a 1/10 gold eagle. That is 464 at bullion exchanges. What is an alternative to that? Well, if you want to go on the super cheap and get a scratched up coin, you can go over to Kitco and pick up a 1/10 gold maple at 436. But I believe you got to get a substantial order in before you'll get the free shipping and whatnot. So over at Kitco for a messed up sovereign gold. Let's keep going here, and we'll go. This is also not a bad deal. This 1/4 ounce gold Canadian polar bear, and I may have owned one of those before. I usually do the kangaroos. Low premium coin, and definitely nice to have in your stack, especially if you want to go sell it. Your buy-sell spread will be pretty good on that. 1,122 for a 1/4 ounce polar bear at Golden Eagle. Let's see. Matter of fact, while we're at Golden Eagle, what are their buy-sell prices? This is a page you probably ought to bookmark just to see which way the market is moving. Now here you can sell that 4-piece gold proof set for 7,666, probably about 7,800 at cheaper dealers. And moving on to, let's get to silver. You can sell a silver eagle, random silver eagle BU for 53.39. That's right around spot. And you can sell a 1 ounce round for $50. Maple Leaf bringing 53.39. Now look at that. You see the FOMO hitting? They need more maple leaves. They probably need more junk. And they are paying $34.77 for 90%. Monster Box 27,000. Yeah, very interesting. And if you go through here, you'll find there are some things that they pay more for, generally Engelhard, Johnson Matthey, etc. Okay, let's keep going here too. A 1/2 ounce gold eagle. 1/2 ounce gold eagle is going to be pricey at Safe Haven Metals with their janky website, and I've still never bought from them. 2002-33. Everything I show you is brilliant uncirculated unless I say otherwise. You may want to check out metric gold. It can sometimes be cheaper on a melt basis. These random sovereigns are still pretty cheap at $21.75, and nothing there I wouldn't mind owning. I believe they are uncirculated. Check that listing for that. Here's that big proof gold set, and that is now going, oh, it's $8,000 today. Yikes. Well, if you bought that a few days ago, you already made $500. Let's keep going here. A 1 ounce gold eagle is going to be $43.39 at bullion exchanges, and a buffalo is going to be $44.19 at bullion exchanges. And we'll skip some of the others. A Krugerrand, finally found a spot deal on a Krugerrand. $42.43 at BGASC, or maybe a little over spot. And those are, they say they are circulated, so I'd expect it to be a little bit messed up, but nobody cares on Krugerrands. They are not pre-33, but they certainly are a full ounce of gold. The 20 franc over at Golden Eagle is $8.04 for, I think it's 0.1867. I can't quite remember. There's the 5 peso 1/4 ounce of gold, pretty cheap as well. Platinum, random platinum coins. I forgot to check this morning, but now they're $17.29 for a platinum maple at Golden Eagle. Let's keep going. Silver eagles are $58.72 at Monument Metals, and those are the back dates. The culls are about $3 less at Monument Metals. My green light with caution is still on here, but I do expect a pullback, and now I hope we stay in this 50 to 53 range on silver, and maybe we get a pullback to 4,000 on gold. Remember, you can have $2 days in silver, and you can have $100 days in gold. So we'll just have to see what happens here, but I generally don't think that we'll make the push through 54 on silver the first time we try. I just don't think that, but I've been wrong. I was wrong yesterday. Silver maple is $56.64 at bullion exchanges. Eagles, maples, junk. Get it in your stack. Other sovereign coins. There were some messed up kangaroos at one dealer with milk spots. I don't know about that. Marine Privy is Gonzville. If you got yours, then you made some money. And so is that limited edition silver proof set. If you bought that, you made some money. depending on how you sell it. Over at Costco, well, everything's higher. Costco, we got the silver bar at $5.69, the gold pamp bar at $41.99. That's actually a good buy right there. So you can pick up that 1 ounce pamp bar, Lady Fortuna, $41.99, 4% off with an executive club membership and a 2% rebate credit card would put you well under spot. Well under spot. Don't buy these 100-gram gold gum bars, guys, please. They're too big. But that guy right there, like I said yesterday when it was cheaper, Costco is the way to go, and maybe Walmart if you want to mess around with their 5% rebate card and hope for the best. Junk is going to be about $1 below spot, and we'll check the silver below spot page at Bullion Exchanges. What in the world is that? What in the world is that? This is a below spot commemorative, U.S. commemorative. So you wonder what to do with those when you buy those 3 coin sets. Well, they have value, but the market is very thin for these. Look at this. They'll charge you 41 at spot, and they'll buy them back at 36. So they are a little more difficult to sell. But if you're buying it instead of junk, so you buy this instead of junk at $1 back a spot, you'll have something interesting. Give it to the kids to make a collection. Maybe you'll get somebody's collection. Anyway, so that's interesting, but I'd rather buy junk at $3 under spot, like we've been doing every day recently. Let's see, Cull World coins, they're going to be all messed up, but they're $54.63. I don't like that so much. And 1 ounce rounds, did I already do this? $54.23 over at Golden Eagle. And I don't know if those are secondary or not. You can read the fine print. Let's go on to the kilo. And the kilo, 1,734, and that's going to be that's going to be at least $1 over spot, I think. 100-ounce bar is right around spot at $53.63, and I think you should have some 100-ounce bars. I'll tell you, when you go to sell to these big dealers, it's really easy to say, I have a 100-ounce RMC bar, and they'll say, okie dokie, our buy price is $5,097. Look at that, $51 buyback price at Bullion Exchanges. Rock on. Now, they do not provide insured shipping labels, and I think that is just horrific that they don't do that. But when you go to send this registered mail, it's going to cost you $100, okay, to insured registered mail to send it to them. So keep that in mind with Bullion Exchanges. But their buyback price is one of the highest I've seen, and that is, if you got to move some 100-ounce bars here, go ahead and move them. All right, and yeah, limited edition set is gone. Now we're on eBay. We're going to try and find lower prices using a 3% rebate credit card. The PayPal credit card is a good one. The American Express Everyday Cash is a good one when you check out through PayPal, or maybe you have something you like even better. And we'll get onto these prices right now. Right, and I think you're going to find eBay shopping a little more difficult because a lot of sellers are probably doing what I did. I pulled down most of my bullion listings because why would I sell, bullion at 55 an ounce, pay the fees, then pay, the income taxes on the capital gains, when I could sell that same coin to, a dealer at 51. So they may be a little tougher slog going forward as long as we're threatening higher prices. So let's go for Silver Eagles. Let's just see what we can find. Culls usually come up first, and there they are. They're going to be 56.75. They're going to be about 55 out the door. And BU Rare Mint Tube of 2003 Silver Eagles. Who are you? Big seller, good feedback, free shipping. Oh, look at that. 2003s. Now, there isn't a lot of value in all backdate Eagles, but there is some value in low mintage years. I don't know if this is a low mintage year or not, but that's certainly worth your consideration. 1,149, 1,149 divided by 20. First price, 57.45, already beats the dealer by a country mile. Times 0.97 with a good credit card. And you got Eagles, backdate Eagles at 55.72. That's what they're charging for culls at the big dealers. So if you don't have some Eagles and you want to get some backdate I don't know if they're rare or not. You can go to the U.S. Mint and check the mintage on those. But that is a smoking deal right there from whoever the hell that seller is. Okay, we did good on the tubes. How about a big lot? Big lot, big dealers probably won't be as good. Here we got Culls at 58, out the door at 56.50. No, thank you. Here we got BU 5800, out the door at 56.50, actually 56.30 or so. And anything wrong with these? They're verified, and you're not getting a real picture. And check his listing, but that's also a good deal if you got to get over your sales tax limit. Okay, we did good on Eagles. We did very good on Eagles today. If you're buying, I don't think many of you are though. We got Silver Maples, tube of 25 for 13.64. And 13.64 on our cheat sheet after rebate is going to be about 53 bucks. You can buy all the maples you want at 53 bucks if you are buying. I'm going to skip the rest. Let's see if we can get somebody giving away their junk because they're buying this rhetoric. The junk is worth nothing. Boy, you wait. When it comes back the next time, after they melted all that junk, there's going to be even less of it around. Well, I just hope you got yours, and I hope you got your pennies as well, because the last penny was minted the other day. Now, don't go out buying pennies and paying too much, you guys. Go buy nickels, okay, would you? Can we look ahead a couple years when they stop making the nickel? Because, I mean, when a pack of gum is $1, what in the hell do you need a nickel for? I'm talking about that, yeah. Okay, let's get on. Here we got Washington Quarters at 36.2 times face. Free shipping, big seller, and they look okay. 36.2, let's do the math on that. 36.2, I wish it was cheaper. Times 0.97. And you are going to be at 30. Oh, wait a minute. I did that. 35.11. And divide by 0.715 to get the melt. And you are going to be at $49 melt this morning. But silver's at 53. So 35 melt versus the dealer price. 35 melt, 35 and change melt versus the dealer price of, oh, where is it? There it is. Dealer price of 33.4. Oh my gosh, I just realized that is a come on. I thought that was too cheap. When you put that $33 silver in your cart and you go to check out, what are they charging for you? 37.89. Wow, I should have caught that. So no, there ain't no 33 times melt at the dealers. This is why there was a schism in this between the $1 face and the $100 bag. Okay, so remember eBay 46.71. Okay, and at the dealer 37.9 divided by 0.715. At the dealer 53. Do you see how much cheaper it is on eBay? I'm surprised some of you guys didn't call me out on that. Oh my God, we're just scoring home runs here. Home runs. If you're buying, I know it's hard to buy. I know it, but you're not going to do any better than that. Let's see, junk, $3-4 under spot. Hell yeah. Wow, I'm really discombobulated now. That blew my mind. So, who was that friggin' stupid dealer? Who was that dealer? This guy right here. Okay, is this it? Bullion Express? Cross these guys off your list, guys. Cross them off your list, okay? They're getting, in my sort here because they're advertising a cheap price, but it doesn't exist. So let's dump them. What do you say? Let's keep going here and go back to wherever I was. How about a kilo bar? Probably cheaper than the dealer at $16.91. Scottsdale Stacker, midsize seller, and $17.05 or so. Has he got it in plastic? Oh, that's a nice one. Look, he never took the plastic off. So $16.91, $17.90, $17.95. I'm sorry, 16, 1705. I'm just all blown out now. 1705 divided by 32.15 equals 53. A little under melt on that Scottsdale stacker, but Scottsdale will buy that back from you for $1 back a spot typically. So that's a good stacking bar if you can get it for spot. And the 100-ounce bars are going for, I got to regain my composure here. 54, ooh, 52.99. Hello. Ooh, small seller, but not too small. 107 feedback, 100% free shipping. Johnson Matthey bar. Nice. Been banged up a little bit, but look at the price on that. You're going to get that out the door at about 51 and change. You can sell it today to bullion exchanges for 51, so that's how you beat the buy-sell spread on that one. Very nice. Oh my God, home runs. I got to get onto the gold. Let's just do, again, I'm really spacing out here. These prices. Quarter ounce gold coin, that's a come on right there. That's a 6 feedback seller. Notice how nobody is buying the cheapest quarter ounce gold eagle on eBay. Yeah, shop on eBay, you got to be smart. Here's Cull Condition Gold Eagles, 1145, but 1150 for a proof. And you know that's cheaper than the dealer. Do I have to keep doing this every day? Just go to my website, click on my deals. You'll get the same sorts that I get here. And when you do buy something, it helps my channel, and I do appreciate it. Here's a half-ounce gold eagle from mid-size seller, free shipping. And will he ship it? Local pickup only from Boston, Massachusetts. That's disappointing. But $22.35 will get you a proof from Liberty, and that'll be about $65 off. You'll be at $21.70 or so. Over at the Delio, a half-ounce gold eagle is going to be, is it $21.70? Oh no, it's $22.33. Do you see how the website works? And I do the work so you don't have to. I'm just going to skip through the rest, guys. I just really appreciate you being here, and you know the cards I recommend, etc. Get over to the website. It's all totally free, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and you can join the channel membership if you want for $4.99 a month. Thank you for buying my bars too. I don't make any money on those bars. It's for you members, so if you want them, please ask. Share this with a friend who might be paying too much. If you can find anyone who's buying at these prices. I know you guys aren't buying much, but look at that. Doggone $4,200 gold. And look at silver. Now it's reversed a little bit. It's banging on all-time highs, but we'll have to see what happens. You guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.